Hi there, my name is Ethan McFadgen, and this is my personal finance video submission number 2. Today's topic is budgets, and more specifically, the process of creating and using a budget, as well as why a budget is important. The first step that I've identified in creating a budget is to create a personal cash flow statement. So that's a financial statement that measures a person's income and expenses. So some major points to keep in your head when creating this statement is to record any income that you will receive, no matter if it's just your paycheck, or more than just your paycheck. There can be other sources of income, so make sure you record all of that. The second is to record all the expenses that you will incur, both large and small. Do not underestimate your expenses. This is a common mistake made by people when creating their first budget, is underestimate the expenses, which gives you a larger net cash flow that you may not actually have in reality. So, My Money Coach is a source that I found for the next steps in creating a budget. So they give us steps to a budget made easy. And the ones I found to be most important to take into consideration are, firstly, set realistic goals for yourself. Don't think that in 2 years you're going to raise $1 million or something crazy if you're only making, say, $50,000 a year. Secondly, separate your needs and your wants. If you can live without it, you may be better off not purchasing it right away to get to your financial goals quicker. So, for say, don't go out and buy a new bike. If you have a bike that works perfectly well, save that money and add it towards your goals. Next is to design your budget. So how much money is being allocated to different goals and priorities. This is going to be different for everybody. And lastly, to put your plan to action. So start putting money into different accounts and following your budget to get to those goals. You're not going to get there if you just sit back and hope that it's going to happen. You have to work towards this. So some notes to keep in mind when you're making a budget is to anticipate cash shortages, assess the accuracy of your budget, forecast your cash flows over several months. They could change month to month. Budget with your biweekly pay period. Most people are getting paid biweekly, so take your expenses on a biweekly basis as well. Create an annual budget to see year over year what you will be saving. And improve your budget based on your needs. If you see ways that you can improve it, make those changes. So lastly, I'm going to talk about why our budget's important. So the main reason that budgets are important, it's to anticipate those cash surpluses or deficiencies that you may not even think that you have or are going to happen to you. So cash surpluses may be used to build an emergency fund, to invest in additional assets, or make extra payments to reduce personal debt. And if you do see yourself with some deficiencies in the future, you can budget accordingly to eliminate those in the future. Thank you for listening to my personal finance video number 2 about budgets. I look forward to talking to you next week. Cheers.